Welcome back, everyone. Did trash trades. You guys already know. We got some good shit today. All right, we got some Bitcoin trades. And yeah, it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be educational. We're gonna learn. We're gonna learn from BJ, of course, because he takes all the trash trades. I never have a trash trade ever. And yeah,
Oh man.
we're gonna enjoy ourselves. Anyway, yeah, stay tuned. It's gonna be the shit.
Oh
BJ, what are
man.
you thinking about these two trades?
Mm.
How trash?
Yeah.
How trash on a scale of 1 to 10? We should do that.
Okay, yeah, we
Trashometer,
should
trashometer. Jesus Christ, how am I?
trashometer,
How
yeah.
am I so smart? I'm getting all the ideas this episode. Damn.
Well, I thought you were about to say, how is it that you keep fucking up the words that you're about to say, Mr. Instinction?
Wow. Okay. Never
It's
mind.
crazy.
Damn.
No, but yeah, trashometer is good.
Okay, what are we thinking on the trashometer? Beach.
So yeah, what is this on the trash scale of trashometry?
Yes.
Well, so I don't trade Bitcoin really. But trading views like doing this paper trading competition, so I thought I'd like fuck around. And I like to like look at different tickers now and sort of chart them out and do stuff. And so that's sort of what I was like aiming at here. Just mess around with it. This was like a week before the competition started. As you can see, it says the 24th of February, and the competition started literally a week after. It was a Sunday, and I was messing around.
Fuck it. Roll the intro.
Order filled.
Go for it,
Hey,
beach.
that's a different roll the intro than a lot of them. It's nice when we have different. So I like that.
Yeah. Interesting.
So hell yeah. So as you can see, we're here. We're trading Biddy, old Biddy coin, and we're over making. It looks like I don't know if you guys saw back here, but we're. I'm gonna. I don't know if going up is gonna make us lose our place, so I'm not going to. But we're in a buy model where we're continuously making new PD arrays, monthly fair value gap, weekly fair value gap,
Mm.
and then breaking new highs. And then when we take the lows, we sort of quickly reject them. But right here, we're stuck between a 4 hour, a daily, and a bearish weekly fair value gap of city.
Okay.
And so it's causing a lot of accumulation, as you like to see. And this can usually just be the start of just powering the next move in these PD arrays. So my thought process was, okay, we've done some sweeping here. We've hit the 50% of this 4 hour.
Gotcha.
We started breaking some structure here with a little displacement, right? 4 hour fair value gap. Holding the price. There's a bearish 4 hour. So there's a little accumulation, but probably a sweep of here, and then we'll be off to the races. Is sort of what I was thinking. Or we'll just go. I honestly, now that I see it more clearly, I can see some things, but that's all in hindsight. I've been sort of eating this play for like a few weeks. Just
Okay.
thinking about it.
So what was your
And
target? So you kind of had that long bias.
yeah, so
What
I
were
mean,
you
we're
thinking?
going back and like I'm just doing standard deviation on these areas. Okay, this 4 hour CE fair value gap tab is interesting to me.
Mm.
So I took the low, the most recent high here. Maybe it should be here. Maybe it should even be here, but like I just did that. I'm just looking at projections. Maybe we can go up to here. See, I think we have a daily fair value gap. Like, yeah, maybe I could even move to here. But I'm just looking at the most recent sweep and just saying at least some of these trims are coming off here and here. And we'll see. Right?
Yeah.
And so it looks like on this 4 hour, we do a sweep of these lows, this LRL, and then we break structure with some displacement, taking out this high, taking out this high, taking out this high. So I'm looking for a retrace to go up.
Okay.
I draw the fib out, right here. You'll notice the 70.5, this deep discount area. It's right around this fair value gap and this fair value gap. So I pretty much just enter like right here. Or, yeah, I enter right here in this paper trading competition. And I'm certainly not going to trim anything till here. Because this is just, bigger time frames, 4 hour, going into the 1 hour. I could have gotten a little crazier and done the 1 minute. I'm not too sure if it can go like that, but it's paper trading, so I was like, I'm just willing to stop against this load. Maybe I really should have had it under here.
But this is a big a big play. You're looking at those higher time frames. You're looking at the 15-minute now, and in hindsight, that's pretty small. You're looking at more of a swing trade type of situation. Am I right?
Yeah. Yes and no. It's been so bullish and stuck in this accumulation for so long that it is, like I said, it is sort of a higher time frame premise, but I'm still aiming for like pretty recent highs. This is like
Okay.
one from just 4 days before. Here's like sort of some LRL. This is a little bit high resistance, but you can sort of see like, okay, the two sort of lands in this rejection block on this high. This one sort of at this high, right? So this two over here in this area. So these are just confirming. To me, these are like low hanging fruit in this much bigger potential move. But I don't know. At some point, I think it could reverse. But I'm just saying, like at the
Interesting.
very least, it's going to go for these sweeps.
Okay.
I'm trying to
I
understand
understand.
that. You can sort of see on this hour, like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's sort of doing it. Like it's a wick. That's
Mm-hmm.
that's that's probably the one negative right there, which I'd sort of just failed to see. That wick right there, the 4 hour,
Gotcha.
taking out this. But as you can see here, it didn't really look like a wick.
Yeah.
But this is a 15-minute doji, so it should have been taken a little bit more seriously by me. It's
Okay.
15 minutes of indecision and
Yeah.
not being able to break. And so we go green for a little bit. See ya. Okay. The reason why this is a trash trade is like one of my problems has been just like getting caught up in the minutia and trying to make sure that I get into trades rather than allowing them to be very evident.
Okay.
Okay, so this I get
Interesting.
stopped out. It's pretty small, right?
Yeah.
And these drawings are here for a reason. So we didn't even get into discount of this bigger range right here. So that's rule number one. From here to here, didn't get a discount. I should have known it was likely to come into discount when it's ready to go.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for a 4 hour fair value gap because I'm looking at like weekly and stuff like it's promoting this move. Well, there's a 4 hour here too. I missed it right at the you know it. You know it. 70.5, the OTE, right in the 618 reversal zone. And so this
Gotcha.
was just, let's say 2100 on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
We go. Okay, so this is at
OT.
Monday, the next day at 4:45. So 8 hours later, right? We come into discount, and lo and behold, we start finding support at that 4 hour. Little slight fair value gap.
Okay.
Inverted this tiny fair value gap. Actually, completely inverted this one. But not like it's a little shaky, so you don't necessarily need to enter anything in here. But off of a 4 hour supporting like a weekly thesis,
Yeah.
you're going to be trying to look at like the 1 minute or the 15 for entries, right? So here's like the 15 is why I was using 15. And by the way, I'm asleep, not there. And like, okay, we hit this one in discount, not above it. Not see this is a 0.5 right here, guys. I'm gonna delete this. And this breaker structure, like we showed on the hourly, was a wick. Here could be a potential sweep, could be. Okay, we get these closes above these highs, but is this out of a non-discounted area more convincing than this? We invert these fair value gaps. We
Mm.
hold this fair value gap. We hold this 4 hour in OTE. We displace over these highs and this high and even close above this one and
Okay.
almost close this fair value gap. And we make a breaker that resweeps these and almost discount. But, like over here, this is a smaller time frame. This discount, this OTE entry, is less important than this intermediate term discount here,
Okay.
powering them. This was misreading and being too earnest and just wanting to get into something Sunday. This, especially on a Monday morning, and this is just Bitcoin, guys, so I don't know about the kill zones or whatever. I'll assume that they're like sort of a mix of commodities and this or whatever. But like, you could even think of this as like a breaker, and all of these things are sort of activated as support right here. And this is a much cleaner entry if you had taken it. And in case
Okay.
you are confused, this is very, very real displacement. Upon
Mm.
which, so remember we were saying that these seemed a little small, and this was a higher time frame. Yes, it was. And now we find consolidation, new thing, and then you could sort of probably now we're bullish for sure.
Yeah. That
You
you
could
know.
find other entries on the way, and we really just started absolute. We just never look back. So 8 hours, and
Yeah.
this is why this trade is important.
It's very interesting. I think.
Wait for discount, OTE especially. 3 reasons inval- inverted this,
Mhm.
reswept, held this fair value gap. The bodies hold.
Mhm.
The bodies hold in this fair value gap. Yeah, sorry. Oh shit, my guess. The
Yeah.
bodies hold.
Yeah. I think.
Boom, boom, boom. Displaces again significantly. But it just shows, it just, and like this whole time, I'm hoping to not miss a move. And even this shows, I'm like, it's the weak. Here, strong, stronger. Market maker models actually tend to get faster as they go. Rip, 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 rip. This is 15-minute candles. These look pretty big, right? What the hell's going on here? Almost got bigger, and they're continuing to go.
You know.
Same Monday.
I think this is really interesting because I think you can really see the comparison. Like, for example, VJ, if you mark out your initial trade and then the sort of safer, higher time frame aligning trade that you missed, like if we
Sure, sure,
compare
sure,
those
sure.
two side by side, I think that's like straight
That's
away
yeah.
that's something that is kind of shoots off the chart. It's quite bright, and you kind of see how that can definitely be a mistake. I so far when it comes to the higher time frame bias, I have no problem with that. Okay, the higher time frame bias, sure you can be bullish or whatever on the hourly, and like we see it on BJ's chart. I think this is a great lesson to actually look back on, because this is just simply having to be reassured on that bias, and like sometimes you have to enter when your bias is actually starting to execute, because this is fantastic. Honestly, I think that yes, VJ did quote unquote the right thing when he entered in the 15-minute, the smaller OTE entry, which did get stopped out. But the only thing he missed with that entry is the real higher time frame OTE, real like actual retracement for the leg up. So I think it was a bit of mix of both, because I definitely do think that VJ took the steps necessary to have a good like a pretty solid trade idea. I just think that he should be double checking and making sure that all the time frames align with his model. All the time frames are in the perfect OTE area, and all the time frames are really linking up, so you can catch that really high quality smaller time frame trade.
Yeah, I 1000% agree. I mean, here, it goes green for a bit, but you could sort of just tell it's not really convincing. This is very clear, convincing, giving you even this low risk entry, first stage accumulation, and then it's just out the fucking gates
So fast.
and so fast. And
Yeah,
like at any point here, like if you were like aware of these targets or whatever, you almost could even get an entry here as you make this order block
absolutely.
and just be like, you know what, like I'm out. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then like any retraces you could take and the whatever, because you just know generally you'll be like the risk to reward still is good just to even the 4. And I think
Yeah.
even to the 2.5, it might be a 1, 1.2. Not to say that that's ideal, but like it's a place where you can like shave off risk and you can see like, oh yeah, sure, my risk to reward is much higher here,
Hmm.
blah blah blah. This trade actually gives more points, and like as you can see, I'm like never in drawdown if you take this one.
Yeah.
Where here it's just like dancing, and this has a lot to do with just like putting on it, like waiting for the market to show itself. At this point, when you're up here, you pretty much know you're not going to get OT retrace here. We've already done that. It's already offered super discount for the people who want. We're done.
Yeah.
It is going to continue and finish the leg off. It consolidates. If you realize, okay, 15 minutes, this is about like 2 hours of consolidation, you can sort of see order blocks getting made.
Yes.
Where? Okay, here. Down close candle. The candle start closing above it. Boom. Mean threshold holds. This candle closes above, taps into this order block, this propulsion block. These are now that these got closed over, also the mean threshold of this holds. See you later. So like you actually don't need to catch none of this. You can catch this solely if you sort of understand where you are at.
Hmm.
God, of course this is, and actually catch like a very, strong like low risk sort of trade, or a high RR trade, just because type of thing, because you sort of know what you're looking for on the higher time frame. Let's say you're just expecting, okay, slow down because we hit this daily fair value gap here, and then or at least crack through it or hit the 50%, and that's what the narrative of this. Let's just say that there's a couple other things you could do, but if for some reason you felt continuation, like you didn't have to get involved in any of this and do anything that seemed a little bit of weird. So we'll
Yeah.
go
I
back.
I I
Oh,
think
go ahead.
I think that like I honestly I think that it was quite a good initial entry, to be honest. You did your analysis on that 15 minute, you did your higher time frame analysis. You really kind of planned your trade. I think the only thing I'd slightly push back on when it comes to the analysis is sort of the entry, I think. Because to be honest, like I have no problem with the real soupish entries. I really, I think we talked about it in um, you know other episodes as well. This is not a problem if you really want that high risk to reward, and you're okay with going for those home runs.
Mm-hmm.
In this sort of situation, I would have been more secure if, for example, you would have taken, excuse me, a
There you
a
go.
retrace of the initial soup entry, because you entered at that
And
four
that's
four
what.
hour for value gap. Yeah,
And
so
that's what.
if I think you would see the reaction from that 4 hour fair value gap, which you had one, and then a retrace back into an OTE. For example, there's one there where it retraced back into where you were break even, and then it started to execute a little bit more. Yeah, sure, that trade, it would have stopped you out. You wouldn't have been in profit on that trade. I think it was a little bit more safer. And in this situation, it's always better to really like fold the time frames along with each other to really try on all layers to have as high of quality of trade that you can. Because unfortunately, I think that yes, it's not a problem to enter like what VJ did, which was a big soup. He entered on a wick, etc. Not a real move in his direction and a retrace. I think that's fine. I just really think that you have to be super precise with all the rest of the time frames. And unfortunately, yes, there was a time frame that was missing with VJ, which was a overall OTE sweep. I just think that those soupish entries, every time frame has to go right in order to take those. If not, I think staying on the safer side of a retracement of an OTE of the initial push, I think that's a little bit safer.
So I agree with that. Like yours is like a confirmation setup after the reaction here. And I think the reason why I didn't do that is because I believe, and I don't want to go back too far to mess up the
Yeah.
next example and the replay. is that I was using the weekly and then going the 4 hour, and then the lower time frame that I was using was the 15.
Mm.
And actually, my stop was supposed to be like this or like this,
I
but it
gotcha.
ended up actually being more like this because this candle closed here.
Okay.
You know
I
what I'm saying? It
understand.
wasn't actually this low. I was actually thinking lower, but then like when it was like moved down and it was like right here, I'm like, oh, still in this order block. I guess I'm committed to this candle closes, and if it hits here, I'm dead out for sure.
Yeah.
And so it closed there, and I was like, fuck, we're done. So it actually wasn't like a terrible loss, but it. I mean, it's still a small loss, but like it's better when you don't have to guess. Like this, if it was correct, it should have started. Like here's technically a break of structure right there. I'm gonna delete. There's technically a break of structure right there, but is that really a break of structure? Like where? Okay, yeah, there's a fair value gap there. You can see I even drew it, hoping to God it was a fucking. Oh, I was like, oh, swing high, swing high. Oh, another. Not really. Okay, yeah, that's a break of structure. I count this. Yeah, maybe you could even enter on here. That would be my entry if I did. Oh, okay, it's going down. Let's just retesting the
Yeah.
top of this. No problem. Yeah, OTE even OTE. Okay, it's not controlling there. Okay, obviously we just got to resweep one more time. Hey man, where you going, man? Hey, you're not doing. You're not resweeping this, man. Hey man. Hey, what the fuck? All right, man, I'm out. So yeah, like because you're envisioning the play. Like one thing, and this is like a little trick, guys. Like I've been doing lately, but like I'm very like a visual type of person, and not in terms of like learning necessarily, even though I love that, but like I visualize stuff before I do it, and so I'll like visualize like into chess and when you're like in doing sports or like planning and stuff like visualizing your success beforehand like is part of how you succeed. That is not the case in trading.
Yeah.
Visualizing the candle doing what you want rather than seeing it doing what it does is the wrong thing to do. You should be, that is not enough displacement. This is sus. This fair value gap is sort of small. Yeah,
Exactly.
it's a break of structure, but this isn't good. Okay, OTE. All right, that looks okay. We're failing to close. Is this fair value gap getting tapped into? Ooh, that technically could be. Shit, we did inverse this here. Do we need lower?
Yeah.
That's what should, and you're green. You should be wondering. And then here, okay, is this fair value gap going to hold? We are in OTE. That's a sort of good sign. If I had to just blind buy, this would be a good one. 4 hours to close through this, risky. Okay, I'll just wait for confirmation. Okay. Didn't break these highs. Didn't break these highs. That's not enough. Oh, well, sort of inverted this. Okay. Something interesting to see. Ooh, made this. That's holding. Don't like it. It's not breaking above. Oh, shit, it's coming down. This might not do well. Body's holding. Swept. Okay, what? Oh, went straight up. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we're holding. That's 15. Okay. Now we're starting. Huh. Okay, OTE for our fair value gap. Hold on. One PD array made. Okay, this is sort of a breaker here because this causes sweep. This is sort of inverted. Oh shit! 1, 2, 3 highs closed over. This fair value gap, half of it closed over. Okay, sort of not quite, but on the lower time frame, it doesn't need to come all the way to discount or something. Because technically, you could be crazy knowing that you weigh this and wait till it closes under this. So your stop is pretty minimal. You could put your stop here. Either way,
Yeah.
but these are much better signs that something may happen. And if this fails, it's whatever. And at least, like you do this and you're like, well, this is likely. And let's see here. 2.5 RR. And remember I said you could put it here. 6.4, 4.21, 3.26, and then you just put it here. 2.57 RR. At the literal one of the lowest hanging fruit there. Fabulous trade. You take these type of trades, you could eat forever. But
Yeah.
instead, if you take these type of trades, you can just keep trying to trade forever and not repeat. Or by the way, I wasn't here ready to take a trade. I was like asleep or I was trading in queue. And this is just for a paper trading competition. I wasn't paying attention. But like, even if you took this, some of your gains were wiped by this. So you need to sort of understand, like, if the market is behind you, if smart money, the institutions are behind you, the hand will tip.
Yeah. Exactly.
They can't hide their money at this point. They push it down, They're hiding their move. It doesn't look good. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh, okay, we're out of here. And they actually, if you think about it, they
Yeah.
give you quite a bit of time. This is okay. Let's just say they make this fair value gap, and this is the first place you think entry. That's an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours.
You know,
If you were paying
honestly,
attention.
in hindsight, I think, on a third person type of perspective, I don't think there's much wrong with what your initial trade, to be honest. I think, like, if you were to really look at the list of things that you should do, kind of a tick the box before every trade, one of the first things you should always tick as a trader, and this goes for everyone, the first box that you have to tick to look for is your daily bias, your weekly bias, whether or
Absolutely.
not you're expecting the daily candle to go up or down. Then it's based on you to actually catch an entry for your daily bias. And I think that, especially in this case, I don't think, to be honest, VJ did much wrong. This is not the super trashy, but it's good to remember because he did get the daily bias right. His trade plan did execute. And yes, he got stopped out, right? He did the higher time frame bias all correct. Sometimes you do get stopped out, and that's kind of part of the game when you're looking at the minutes of time frames. And unfortunately, I think that a lot of traders, they kind of get mixed up when it comes to trading, because a lot of traders, they kind of just straight away, they look at the day, they look at the minute price action, they have no higher time frame bias, they have nothing like that, and straight away they're flipping positions from long and short, and they're taking a lot of positions all at once. It's just not the way of going about things. And VJ showed a lot of maturity here to really push off the instinctions of going long, going short, and he really just stuck to one bias. He was just thinking longs. Yes, he might have got stopped out, but in the end, he caught a great trade, or a great entry, a great risk reward. A great trade because anyway, you get my
trade.
point.
Yes,
You
yes.
found the good
Well,
trade.
so this is the thing. Like, you're absolutely correct, but that's sort of the thesis on this thing, because I have one more trade to show you, and also, so this morning I did all the things. I waited for my steps. My bias was incorrect, but I knew that if it did this certain thing, that it was almost for sure the other way. And then I waited for my market maker model to show up, and waited for my time frames to align. And then when the last one showed up, I took a trade, and it wasn't like the lower time frame setup wasn't great, and I took a loser. Right.
Interesting.
And so I close out of that one trade, one loser on an account. I'm done with it. And I went to the other account. Literally between 30 seconds to 1 minute later, I entered back in on a much more clear lower time frame model. In this case, from the 1 minute, 82 points, 7 RR trade.
Interesting.
But notice how it grinded some of my gains from the past days on another account. And even though I was correct, and in general I am green, it still took it away. And that's what the thesis of this being a trash trade. Like, everything about this trade and the next trade are understandable as fuck.
Yeah.
But there is a thing that I've noticed where I will be more likely to jump in because I understand the bias well, but I am not allowing the price to tell me when it's ready.
Yeah.
And this is a patience thing. This is a trading thing. In terms of trading, and I learned this from, you don't want to be many steps ahead. You want to be 1 or 2 steps ahead at most when you trade. That's the thing that's difficult about trading. If you're an investor, you just need to be right about a company at some time in the future for as long as you're going to hold.
Yep.
But when it comes to trading, that's usually a 3-month or less hold time process. If you're holding for a year or whatever, you're more like in the investing leaps and whatever, but you have a long-term thesis and you don't know when it's going to play out. You're not really trading. You're holding an instrument for profit at some point later in the future, and you'll figure out maybe it's a whatever investment. But I think most traders know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah.
There's swinging, there's whatever, but at some point, it's within months, a few months, weeks, days, hours, minutes.
Yep.
Okay. So you don't want to be too far ahead. That's what makes this so hard, because there is a version of timing the market. My thesis was correct. This thing from here has pumped $20,000 like dollars. But the thing is, I was 8 hours too early. And some people would pat themselves on the back, but I want to be amongst the best.
Yeah.
I need to be on time. And they gave me 3 hours. So I was literally like 22. And the first entry, 6. 8 hours. Exactly. And this is where we go into this one, okay? I missed last week's trade. A week again, Saturday, the 2nd. Let's go back to 15. All right. Weekly premise. I have all these things. What time frame is this fucker? Daily. Fair value gap. It's made. It hasn't been I think this made it. It hasn't been tapped yet. I actually missed a trade from the other day. Not because of this guy, but I had it there. Okay, so I'm looking at this and I notice, okay, little sweet. These guys. Okay. Break a structure. This hourly.
I like it. A
Fair
little
value
OTE.
gap. Fair value gap. Yeah, a little kitty. Oh,
Tagged in.
OTE. OTE Izzle. Long that bitch.
Let's see. Okay. Ooh.
Ah.
Oh.
All right, guys. I not really too sure what happened. It's a Sunday. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to trade, I guess. And I'm over here trying to figure out, like, would I shorted this? Like, you see this? Like, I'm like doing this OTE. Like, like I guess we did sort of sweep here. I mean, we closed over and we closed over this. What the fuck's going on? Come on, guys.
I don't like those relatively equal lows, though. I'll tell you that. Those sort of relatively equal lows.
Of course not, brother. Of course not. Now, this is the thing. I think I was in bed. Yeah, I was in bed. So I had this thing open, going while I was asleep, right? And you're like, man, no, it needs to come hit this fair value gap, or it needs to like come into this kind of this leg. Yeah. Go ahead, shut up. Let's see what it does here. Uh-huh. Okay, what's going on? Yeah, okay. Do you see what's going on?
Yeah.
Okay, so remember what I said. Once again,
This is a round 2.
it should be round 2. It should be more obvious. Now I said we could take off from here.
Yeah.
We could easily. Yeah. See, this is why I was like, we need both of these, because this is the point of these particular trades. Oh shit. Like, I guess that one doesn't work. Maybe it's a bigger one. Oh yeah, I think it is the larger one. Anyway, we get back into severe discount here. There's fair value gap there. And as you notice, like I said, if we're going to bounce, maybe we need to get to here. Maybe we need to get to this daily fair value gap. But at the very least, we need to sweep out some lows. And so I looked at this move as the sweep that's good. We hit the CE of this hourly. We took out these 2 lows, had a little break of structure.
Yeah.
Fuck you guys. But I became liquidity in these relatively equal highs and lows. And I wasn't looking at the bigger picture. And instead I miss the obvious sweep to the obvious break of structure. Right,
yeah.
guys? Discount. Let's even get a little closer. OTE,
This is like an exact replication.
Exact replication of even this morning. And where, I mean, we can put it here, I mean, even right here, it's whatever. We could do a standard deviation of just this fucking sweep here. If I can do it here. Which one's higher?
Yeah.
Right? You're just like, I recognize this. You're like, yeah, me too, but
yeah.
me too. And like the craziest part is, remember I said like, oh yeah, probably like all highs. which is somewhere, I believe, at that time, like the 69 range.
Mm.
And what do you think we do, guys?
Whee!
We're out of here, man. See you later, Bryce. Good day. And it just takes off.
Yeah.
We're fine. We're fine here. We're fine there. Guess what? If you don't like that much of a stop, it's okay. Because guess what? The move has swept and started. By all means, get in here. And you have all the confirmation you need in the fucking world. You fucking absolute chimpanzee. At least you're getting the fucking green.
Listen,
And then. So, like, have faith. And to get to, like, okay, so, like, once again, you guys want to do the timing real quick? It's insane. I mean, the fucking timing. I got in at 1, and the entry is the same 7 hours later.
Yeah.
And today, 30 seconds later. Gotta have some faith in your model, guys. Look, even here, gives you the re-entry. Shit, man. So that means here, you're all good, man.
Yeah, I honestly, it's good that you're recognizing this because this is sort of like a repeating problem. You know,
Now, yeah, I've actually started to do a lot. But yeah, just let it be obvious. If it's not obvious, fuck it. Because sort of, I'll sort of get my point off real quick. I'm so sorry, Luca.
No, go for it.
The main thing here is like you could be getting better, and you start noticing a lot of nuances, and you start playing these subtle break structure. Yeah, technically this should. The main thing when it comes to trading SMC and ICT stuff, guys, is that we are looking and tracking the smart money.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what smart money cannot do once they're into the position? Hide it. They're too rich. They have too much control. The money moves. The price moves. It doesn't. Hiya! It. Big day player. I'm out. What's up? You in here? Fuck it. I'm out. This guy's like, I mean, I sort of blew my. I gotta consolidate, man. I fucking had a great time, but too much whiskey and fucking drugs. Hold on. Sunday, back, ready for the week. Hello. And then he'll get tired up here, this fucker. But
yeah,
that's just the fucking game. It's like let the price reveal itself to you, because when the institution starts sponsoring the move, you won't need to really guess. You know what I'm saying? You might try to chase this lower. Don't be like them. Understand the higher time frame narrative. Follow your bias. If you lose, you lose. It's fine.
Yeah.
But there's no need to. If you miss the trade, you miss the trade. Usually, if you're correct, there will be more entries on the way. There are several here. All these order blocks, if you notice, once they got activated, they held.
Yep.
They never closed below. Same with these guys. You just have to understand where you are and allow the buy program to start, the market maker model. The run on stops is very important. This is why, because how much we accumulated here, why would we need to come to OT? From accumulation, you don't retrace unless it's a manipulation to the other way.
Yeah.
From accumulation, you expand. So
yeah,
that's why we did these. Like, you see the fucking bullshit.
I can definitely see the correlation. It's something, honestly, I don't think there's a big problem with it. You kind of did have the risk initially, or you you embraced the risk initially. I think that you can get stopped out, but your higher time frame bias can still be correct. Those re-entries are absolutely valid. I don't think there's a problem. I just think that those trash trades, when you get stopped out, you still do have to trust that overall like the higher time frame bias, especially if it's showing signs like that. So yeah, I definitely see how the two trades correlate, and it was a good trash trade.
Yeah, I thought it'd be helpful, man. Glad they'd be helpful because I've been just studying these plays and I realized I'm like, oh my god, this is like a thing that I do. I see the play, but it's not a real one. And honestly, I think they do this type of thing for traders like me
Yeah.
who know what they're doing, but then like just are like, why is it not? It's like because it's not. A 6-year-old would not be in this long.
Mm-hmm.
A 6-year-old would be in this long. Ah, that big. You can just buy it up here and just put your stop there, and you're fine.
Yeah.
But you can't buy up here and put your stop there. You get wrecked because it's not obvious. You could have the worst entry. Long. Stop here. Stop here. I'm up. Like the worst entry of all time. Right at the top. Whatever. Yay, trim. Oh man. Oh yeah. I'm over here. Got him. Whoops. Oh shit. hey. You know what? I'm not even into this. Oh my god, I got it. Okay, it's done. And then it just like that's more my that's why I'm like, oh yeah. You gotta check yourself, dude.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Absolutely. I think it was a good episode. A lot of lessons.
I think so too.
Yeah. I think it was good, man.
Guys, wait. I'll probably continue to do this a little bit every now and then, but I'm really just waiting. Whew, it saved me today, bro. If I didn't wait, I would have had like 2 or 3 losers on the way. I almost skipped one of my steps. I was like, you know what? It is a 5-minute. Like, that could work. Would have been just a terrible loser. Unless I just fucking just absolutely just sold it because I saw fucking 50.
Yep.
But, you know, how's your trading, Luca, by the way?
It's a little break-even type of situation. Not good, not bad. In the limbo stage. Stage. But, you know,
you got to get the updates to the fucking homies, you know?
Absolutely. You know, the big red streak sort of dipped back into it. Now a bit of limbo streak. So, yeah, maybe we're dipping back into the red. We'll see. We'll see what's going to be previewed. Obviously, you got to do the technical analysis on the, you know, overall P&L chart, of course. But apart from that, yeah. No, it's okay. It's whatevs. It's as usual. That's all.
Oh, man.
BJ, you can outro. All right, it's your outro.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
Oh, yeah.
This is second episode in a row.
Oh, God. I've gotten rusty, bro. Okay,
Yeah.
we're back. We're back. And we're out. Thank you so much, guys, for
Thank you, guys.
watching the show and these trash trades. I hope that they were helpful. I know that it's very fun to watch me and Luca lose. You know, in these, I just didn't win. I just kind of lost. So it's fun. And then I didn't erase it. But, you know, it's fine, man. And this is what trading's about. Improving, understanding yourself. A lot of this episode is about understanding, oh, this is a weakness of mine. I'm getting decent enough at sort of seeing these minute, like, little patterns. And now I just see them. And I'm like, oh, that has to be an order block that holds. No, it doesn't. Okay, this one does. No, it doesn't. You know what I'm saying? Okay, then this one does. Oh, my God, it does. What's the difference? Everything we're talking about.
Yeah.
So, like, wait for the signs. Have patience. Have faith in what you do. And it's very funny how me and Luca, we talk about this, almost had better results when we knew less. And then you know a little bit more, and then all of a sudden you might have some struggles with the results. And that's mostly because of stuff like this, not keeping it simple.
Yep.
If I was 2 months into SMC, I would be too scared to do anything here. Once this is there, it's like, oh my God, thank the Lord he gave us another shot today. And for real. But then like you end up buying along here, some terrible entry, and it's still way more profitable than just like, I know what price is going to do. I'm in there. That's not what trading really is for us most of the time until you become an absolute savage, but we're not there. What's up,
There you go.
All right. We're out of here. Love you guys.
Subscribe.
Please, like and subscribe to the show. We're going to have some links, some affiliate links, because we're broke, man.
We so
you
broke.
See the trades?
We broke.
Send me $1, man. Send me $6, man. $4, man.
Subscribe. Hit that like button. Comment.
I'll put it. Yeah.
Everything.
I'll put together for the potluck, the trash trades potluck. Also, yeah. Subscribe, like, comment. Ask us if you want to join the Discord. We still
Hey,
sort of
man.
have to make it, but we still sort of have it. You know what I'm saying?
Bit of both.
There's a bit of both going on, but also, if you want to figure it out, let us know.
DM us.
Love you.
Insta. See you guys later. All right.
Yeah.
Bye
DM. Love you. You're
bye.
sexy.
Bye bye.
I'm talking to you, Luca.
I'm talking to you.
Let's go on a date.
Okay.